Welcome back to Live Bold and Boss Up podcast. Steph and I are here live at the Tampa Bay Tech PoweredUp Tech Fest at the Mahaffey Theater. And we are talking to Ken Pomella from Revstar, Todd Ketterman from CDW, and Kim Anstett from Trellix. They are fresh off the stage, and we're so excited to chat about AI and navigating AI, and it's a scary thing for a lot of people, and how do we navigate around it?
Yeah, it's also a very exciting thing for a lot of people as well. Like I think we just need to embrace it, and it's exciting, and it can help us get to a lot of places. Like
we are at the TBT Powered Up Tech Fest today, and we have Ken Pomella, Todd Ketterman, and Kim Anstett. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So before we get into our conversation, just tell us a little bit about you, what company you're with, and why you're here today.
Guess I'll start. So I'm Ken Pomella, CEO of Revstar. We specialize in software development. Over the last few years, we've been helping customers leverage AI to solve their most complex business problems.
Awesome.
That sounds really cool.
I know, he was like, I want more.
That's great. No, Todd Ketterman, healthcare strategist for CDW. So, yeah.
Awesome. Kim Anstett. I'm the CIO of Trellix. We are a cybersecurity software firm that has created an XDR platform to help over 40,000 of our customers with their cybersecurity needs. And I am thrilled to be here. I was on the panel talking about practical AI and how you put it into use and create business outcomes. And it's also great for me just being back in Tampa Bay after being away for a few years with a job up in Boston. Thrilled to be back here at PoweredUp.
We're happy to have you back. Yeah. Yes. All right. So you were on stage for a panel. What did you talk about? Obviously AI, which is, all the talk these days, but how are you involved in AI? Where do you see it? Like, what was the conversation about?
So for us, it's, really helping customers figure out what their AI implementation looks like. We're on the custom side of it. So we get deeper into, taking existing data, trying to bring it out of a bunch of disparate systems, put it in a centralized place, and then build custom AI solutions around that. So mostly what we're doing is utilizing a lot of open source base models, taking that data that we've now kind of cleaned up and centralized and enhancing that base model with the customer's data to get a more custom solution.
Well, all customers are going to need you. All companies are going to need your help, sooner or later, for sure.
Yeah. From a CDW perspective, it's interesting because we're an integrator. Most people know about CDW. A lot of folks will say, well, you're the Home Depot of technology. So a lot of stuff, right? Yeah. So, but on our side, within the healthcare space, we've got a whole group of strategists who have worn C-suite level titles within healthcare. So CTOs, CIOs, and so forth. So on our side, we're coming in and looking at solutions, helping solve business problems within healthcare, right? So getting in, doing workshops. Let's say we've all worn that hat. So we know the folks that we're meeting with on that side as it relates to AI in healthcare. And we were talking about your question, right? Talking about the governance. A lot of it is more setting the guardrails. Where do they want to go? How do they want to implement it? A lot of times we're getting asked, well, what are other places doing? Right. Mm-hmm. And it's not like we're coming in and going, oh, by the way, they're doing this and we're not there yet. Right. So we're able to describe the processes that other places are going to start with that journey. Right. And a lot of it's education. So then we bring in our teams. We've got a moat team. I think it's Masters in Operational AI, just something, right? It's a term now. I should know what it is. But so anyway, we bring that team in. And again, they're looking at your readiness. How ready are you to start even looking at AI, right? So around your data and things like that. So we're not developing code. We're not doing that type of stuff. We're way in the beginning, pre of that kind of where do they want to go? What do they want to do? How do they want to do it? So
I thought it was such a great conversation to be able to talk about, everyone is in a different place, yet it's a great time to be talking about it. It's for me, it's no longer just a technology thing. It's really a business thing in that generative AI has given us capability to create content and to take action and to really make it simple for people to make use of it versus, in the past where you'd put in a new system and it would take, weeks or months sometimes of training and large focus on user adoption. Now I'm finding the technology that we all are feeling, at home, whether it's with kids in school or, any of the personal things we do, these tools and capabilities are right in our hands. So to bring it into the workplace, it just, it makes more sense. So for our conversation to talk about, where are you today? Where is your company today? How do we help get it started, with the right curiosity and places to look and to learn and enable your teams.
Do you feel like if a company doesn't jump on this AI like right away, that they're going to get behind the curve?
Yeah, absolutely. I talked to other business owners and some of them were like, well, I'm probably going to exit in the next 5 years. I don't need to worry about it. It's like, this stuff is happening fast.
Oh,
So you're not gonna
yeah.
make it 5 years, but yeah, it's a clear competitive advantage. Even today, right? Even the personal productivity stuff that's kind of table stakes right now. Your employees can do things faster, right? You're going to be more competitive than people who aren't using these tools.
I totally agree. I even think of the knowledge worker. So if you look at it from, you've got different ways within the business. You've got, how does it affect your productivity and things like that? How does it make you more efficient, reduce costs, so on and so forth. Then you have a whole knowledge worker side of it. How are they using the tools? So if they're not speaking that language, they're going to get lost. They've got to use it. They've got to understand it. They've got to understand that these types of technologies are coming. They're coming quick. And how are they adopting them? I mean, I was talking about this on stage, this idea of using ChatGPT and using Microsoft tools like Copilot. If you're not using that today, you really will. I mean, it's coming at us so fast. I mean, ChatGPT was 3.0, 4.0. Now it's already. So you better understand how those, go build some chatbots, go understand how that technology is being used, especially if you're in technology today, because it's just going to go right past you if you don't.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree in that it's there. And if you don't make use of it, just operating your business, you're going to be behind, whether it's your productivity tools. We're a big Google Workspace shop. And what we used in Gemini, we ran a first pilot, and people in every aspect of the business who really, before really just cared about writing email, all of a sudden had these ideas and ways of working, whether it was someone's going to create meeting notes for me, or I'm going to be able to, synthesize messages more quickly. It just takes away that mundane part of work that I think every role, people within the organization, whatever their role is, should think, what is it every day that just drains me or takes, too much time? There's likely something out there that can take that away and allow us to really focus on the strategic work, the thought work that says, what is it that's going to keep us competitive and get us ahead versus just do the thing I do every day because I have to do it every day.
Right. No, that makes sense. I like how you articulated that, because your average person wants to know, okay, I don't like doing this. What can I use to get it off my plate? That makes sense.
Nobody's passionate about writing emails, right?
Right.
Right. Or reading them all, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Invited to a meeting. There was probably 20 different people on the call, and I use Copilot. I'll turn it on right away. Do you guys use Copilot?
I use Fathom, but
Okay.
Okay.
So we're a team shop, part of a whatever. So I turn on Copilot, let it run. And at the end of the meeting, there's a prompt right at the bottom. It just says generate meeting notes. And I mean, it put all the thoughts together, wrote a summary, put all the action items, and I sent it out to everybody. Well, this girl who was going to be doing all the notes literally wrote me and said, oh my God, you're a rock star. How did you do this? That's crazy. I thought I did all of it, right? And you have to scrub it a little bit. And I said, no, it's Copilot. She goes, what's Copilot?
Oh,
And she said, you have changed my life.
Wow.
Like, she goes, I do this all day.
wow.
Literally went to the person, got approval for having a Copilot license. And here's somebody in technology.
Right.
I mean, literally, this was like 2 weeks ago. Had never seen it,
That's
never
how fast
used
it's
it.
moving.
Right.
I love when
Exactly.
you run into someone who doesn't know about these tools, and it's like when you go to your grandma's house and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so strong!"
Yeah. They think you're a genius.
Yeah, and to this day, she's like, you literally
Wow.
fundamentally changed my life.
Is
I was dying.
that similar to I forget the name of this tool that you can use, but it's almost like it shows you in the meeting, it shows you moving, but you're not, you can be doing two things at once. So you're not actually there, you're generating the notes, but you can be in another meeting
places
is
at
two places
Yeah,
at
I mean,
once.
it's basically transcribing the meeting,
Mhm.
but it's doing it from an AI perspective. So it's so crazy when you think of what's happening because it keeps track of it. Everybody that's there, who's talking, action item. I mean, it's on steroids.
It is cool.
So at the end, so I was at a Enterprise Connect and the Microsoft guy was doing his thing on stage. And I thought I was pretty savvy in Copilot, right? And he gets up there in a day in the life of, now here's the developer, his team does this.
Right.
And he gets up there and he goes, let me show you a day in the life. He was blowing me away because he's literally saying, create me a spreadsheet with a Gantt chart that talks about what I need to do over the next 2 weeks. So that just from this one meeting, it built a spreadsheet, it built a Gantt chart, built a project plan, and built a presentation.
That's
Super
crazy.
powerful.
Yeah.
It's all built in the
Yeah.
Microsoft 365.
Mhm.
But these tools are fundamentally going to change everything. And when you start using them and then your teams are, now this is one little thing, right? But here's the thing, when they adopt that and it helps them, they're going to be a lot more open to when the organization says, hey, we're going to do other things.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
it helped me, I'm all in. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
And the other side of it that really requires the speed is, as much as we're talking about the great things and the good, there's also a whole bunch of, unfortunately, bad guys in the cybersecurity world, cyber criminals who can use all these tools to move
Right.
faster and create more disruption for us. So we gain so much by being open, by trying it out, by learning, because you also can think, how can it be used, against me, or what do I need to do to make sure we're more prepared for certain things. So, the world is moving and AI is allowing everybody to move faster. And I think a business will be left behind if you choose to, not look at it. I can put it off for a few years. You're probably pretty crazy.
Good thing we have
Yeah.
cybersecurity folks in there.
I know. Well, thank you for bringing that up because I feel like we see the positive side of things. It's like you want to see all the good things, but there is that side of it too, that they're working just as hard
Right.
and
Mhm.
fast to do bad things. So
I think where she was going was like the deep fake stuff. So eventually I'll be able to like take the thing that records and summarizes the meeting, send like an avatar that looks like me and can respond, and then I'll just read the notes later. So at some point you'll have a meeting where it's just like everybody's avatar and
I can't wait.
they'll get to
That would be
like,
hilarious.
yeah, I mean, it's that's
Yeah.
technology exists. It's fragmented, like it hasn't been put together well yet. But there's tools you can use to
It's
like
crazy.
take a video of yourself, make one of these like deep fakes, and you start plugging it into the office productivity stuff. And someday you won't show up to meetings.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We had a guy that did that just to be funny, and he did an avatar, and it literally sat there the whole meeting and just kind of looked around. He was never there.
Really?
It was a video of
Uh-huh.
just him looking around and.
Yeah, the current ones aren't the best, but
Right.
they'll
Right.
get better, right?
Yeah,
for
That's
sure.
right.
Totally.
If
Yeah.
you send that to meetings where you don't normally participate much, most people would, I've
Yeah,
been
but
in
no.
meetings where I was just in the
Right.
background, right?
Right.
Like cough once in a while or like do something.
That's technology people will adopt to. Less
Mhm.
meetings,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
not for it.
Right.
Well,
Right.
thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was
this
a
was
pleasure.
amazing.
The technology is blowing me away in these conversations today. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.